am Sure Sports. You know me there, I'm coast to coast representing. I mean, say this is right, just representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am Sure Sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am Sure Sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know the game play, that me not say it. If me never seen a game, me not know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crapper players. We are good enough. Remember, like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Trick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices, add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports. I am Management. Hope everybody, you have recovered. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing fine. But just praying that you have recovered from the debacle of last night with our under 20 team. So see me. Don't worry yourself. You will all see me very, very shortly. You understand me? The screen is black. Don't worry yourself because we're going dark. I think it was Mr. Speed, who was it on maybe Thursday or so, or Wednesday it could have been. He said that we would not be seeing him because he's going dark. So, Manningsman, I am going dark because these are dark times. Very little positives to take away. But blessed be God who causes us to triumph. We give him praise because of his great name. We are ever grateful and ever thankful for his endless unconditional love extended towards us. All right? Okay. So let me just stop this and there you can see the I Am Sure Sports logo. Until further notice, you will see me. All right? So let me say first, I'll just give you a couple of things. So Alex Marshall, it is may not be completed yet, but his move to Mount Pleasant seemed like it is happening. But there's a next player that they want, I think, from Portmore, Walsh, Shivani Walsh. It doesn't look like that one is happening. I don't know if it is Mount Pleasant was chosen to go against it, or it is Portmore that probably not allowing both of their better players to leave in one window. Not sure, but Alex Marshall looks like he's set to move to Mount Pleasant for a significant fee, and even players would be moving as well from one club, which is from Mount Pleasant to Portmore. Their second game against Charlton was yesterday morning, and they were leading by 2, and then Charlton, I think, came back into the game. Game ended in a 2-2 tie. Friendly game, but I from my reports, the Charlton team had multiple opportunities and could have gotten a positive result out of the game. But good experience, I think, for both clubs, and I think it's a good initiative by Mount Pleasant to have, even if it's the under-21 team from out of England coming here and having a week or two of pre-season. I think that is very good, and it should be something that as we fix the infrastructure in Jamaica, we look to do, because I think that is important. If we had good facilities, we could probably host teams and clubs in their preseason and even in the winter breaks here in Jamaica, where they can play quality games, and they also can have quality infrastructure from surface to facilities and gymnasium, and even the human resource growth would also help with that. Big up to Chris King, Chris Roman, Miguel, Gunners Boss, S Technique, Skip, Sherman Scott. Bless up yourself, my boss. Kevin Reed, big up yourself, Sir Reed, and all the other persons who are here watching the video this morning. It is indeed my great pleasure to have you here with me. Also want to say a happy birthday to one of our subscribers. He celebrates his birthday today, and when we know it, we speak about it. His name is AQ, aka, well, Adrian Armstrong. We call him AQ. He is from Yard Army, right? Big up yourself, AQ. Hope you have a wonderful day and a blessed day. You live to see many more, and continue to be the ardent fan you are of the Jamaica senior teams. I know you follow the senior female team, and you also follow the senior men's team. Now, we want to get to the matter at hand. Last week, when I saw the squad, I had my concerns, and I did a video because I had many questions about the composition of the squad and the staff that was accompanying the squad to Mexico. I felt like, firstly, like the staffing complement was not adequate for a professional competition. This is not, the Under-20 World Cup is not an amateur competition in terms of the caliber players that play at the Under-20 World Cup. Generally, the top teams at the Under-20 World Cup players play in Champions League, Europa Leagues, or if they're not in Europe, they play in some of the big clubs. You look at the Ghanaian teams and the Nigerian teams. They play in the big leagues in France and those places. So while it may be for young players, the Under-20 is not an amateur competition when you consider the caliber of players. And therefore, if we're going to play in an Under-20 competition, it is imperative, right, that we provide all the professional human resources that the senior team has, right? Which is, when a senior team is put together, they have somebody who is an analyst, they have a media personnel, they have a physical trainer, they have medical doctor, physiotherapist, equipment person, managers, security personnel. They also have massage therapists, because it's needed, and sometimes you have more than one of these persons. This team actually went with 7 persons, and when I asked the question, I was told that the 2 of the capacities that were vacant would be filled by personnel from in the host nation, which is Mexico. Which, if that is the case, then that is fine. But I believe that once we have an under 20 team, I can understand under 17, and I'm going to get to that. But at the under 20 level, when these players are in camp, they must have a massage therapist, a physio. And even if it means getting the services of young persons to have them there, because these are supposed to be the next set of players that transition to your senior team. Therefore, they should be exposed to as much of the experiences of a senior team from the under 20 level. So that was my first like issue. Now, I did some research and I checked like the US team that we're going to play. And when I checked the US team, they had players who play in La Liga. They have players who play in France, in the Bundesliga, even in the Conference League, players who have gotten time in there and all of those things. They have players who play in MLS, not MLS Next, but in MLS. So this US team is a team that is supposed to go and win the U20 World Cup. They're supposed to win the U20 World Cup. They're right up there with the top teams. And when I saw that, then I look at their staffing, and their staffing is triple the Jamaican staffing. More than 3 times the amount of staff that so Jamaica has 21-7. They have 23 staff members with their team for this competition. Now, I am not asking financial resources would affect the federation providing that amount. But I believe that there were enough persons in Jamaica that could be reached out to, and they could give time to something as important, as paramount as this. So when I saw that we were going to play our first game, when I came on last week, I said this. I would be surprised if this team wins a game, gets a point, or scores a goal in this competition. And of course, some people were not happy with me because they think I remember Unseen, who was watching, sent a message saying players are listening and players are watching the video. And I said to him, I don't care about the players because this is not about the talent level of the players. The team was just not composed properly. And I don't believe the team in terms of coaching has been prepared properly. And this is because the team changed significantly from what John Wall was working with to what Jerome Waite worked with. All right. So I started getting information about some of the players that could have been available, and I made contact, I got information, and I am yet to hear or yet to understand why these players were not even given the opportunity. I'm not saying that they are good enough. They were, if you go back, let me just go back. If you go back to a few months ago, John Wall spoke about over 20 players, right? In fact, they were supposed to play a tournament in Europe, over 20 players who could have played under 20, right? So several of those players, from my understanding, receive the requisite documentation. All right. No, I have not yet get a fulsome explanation as to why the players were not even invited to be looked at by the coach. No, you can tell me that players can be looked at here and looked at on Y Scout or whatever it is called, or you can watch videos. But it's also important that you bring players in and give them an opportunity. And once that is not done, there's going to be a problem, because we reap what we sow, we reap more than we sow, and we reap later than we sow. If we sow joke, we're going to reap joke. If we sow unpreparedness, we're going to reap bad results, because we sow And then what we sow determines what we reap. So I was not optimistic, and still I'm not. Because given what I know of the Costa Rican team, who took the opportunity to bring some of their U20 players to the Copa, I don't see us standing a chance against Costa Rica. And Costa Rica played Cuba. For the most part, they had 10 players, and the game ended in a draw. But just the structure of the Cuban defense and play makes it hard to believe that we can get a point from Cuba. I can't remember when last any of the top teams, the five top teams in the Caribbean region, Dominica, Haiti, Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, and who? Grenada, Guyana, all of those teams. Or you can put when last one of those U teams, male U teams, get 9-0. Somebody needs to tell me. This needs intervention. This is like, since I've been more involved in football, this is like the most embarrassing I've ever seen. I think I said it. I said this about a game that the Reggae Boys played some time ago, and I think there was a U17 game, or I think one of the girls' game that was played in last year. But this performance is probably, it ranks as one of the worst performance I've ever seen. I see Jamaica defending, and the two center backs are up and the wing backs are behind them. There's no line. I see Jamaica defending on one ball, and it's one person defending when we are down 8. One person. Like it for the I'm still baffled. I don't know how people have the gall to do a watch along to something like that. So I had made up my mind that I'm not doing no watch along to this U20. I wouldn't want, honestly, I wouldn't want the channel to have a video where I'm talking about that performance and people are talking about it or discussing it when it comes down to Jamaica football. And even if millions were available on a video, I would not do it. Because I saw this coming. Now, what I want to know, because this could be a blessing in disguise, you know. This could be a blessing in disguise. What is a blessing in disguise? Maybe this will prove to us that this dependence on domestic developed talent to qualify for major tournament in this era is not going to happen. No one can prove to me that this strategy is going to work. Our players don't play enough football to compete at under 20 level with the present players that we are going up against. We are playing against professional players. And even our JPL, you have American kids that have play hundreds of games on the American team. Hundreds of games. At professional games. We have Jamaican kids who have not played. A professional game. They have never played a professional game. And if they have, they probably play 5, 6. They're not. If you gonna make Jamaica team, you must be a star in our JPL. You must be when I say star, that Jamaica, you're on the lips of every Jamaican. Not because you can pile a man or salad a man, but because your quality stand out. And if that is not your level, you're not fit. No, it's not every player who plays in America can make the team. And it's not every player who plays in England or any place else in Europe can make the team. Because some of them are not good enough either. Not because they play in a MLS next team, or they play in a League One or League Two team, means that they can make the team. So I'm not here advocating because a person is in England. I'm not here advocating that because a person in the USA playing that they merit a spot on the team. But if that is being said, then the man who play in Jamaica have no merit to a spot in the team. And I hope that the second thing, I hope this serves as a sign to the under 17. Because it is the same thing. Our under 17s are not playing enough ball to go and play against the kids in the elite academies in CONCACAF. And until we can get to that place, we must admit and acknowledge that our shortcomings in the present era limits us to produce the requisite qualities in players to get the best results. In fact, let me go a little further. Most people, as much as they don't like him, believe that Rudolph Speed is one of the better coaches in Jamaica. He should take the under 20 team. If we're going to use a local, if we're going to use a local person to coach the under 20, and he is the best coach, according to many people, then he should coach it. Because the question is the present coach one of the top 10 coaches? Not based on what he has won, because many coaches have won things. And sometimes we win things because of the players we have, not because of the quality we have as a coach. So my question is, if he is the best coach of a team, then let him coach a team. Because there are different things, You have coaches, because I know coaches who can develop players, but they can't build team and coach a team. So you give them a team, they're going to fail. You give them a player, they're going to have success. Because they are good at building individual players, but they are not good as building a team. The second thing is, the third thing, if our under 20 is where people transition from to go to the senior team, then the under 20 team must be coached by the person also with high qualification or as close to. So if we want a pro licensed coach for the senior team, we need at least an A licensed coach at the under 20 team. And I'm not here to call out any one individual. So how did this selection come about? How did we get to the point where the present coach, good personality, but when last have we seen him have success at the schoolboy level at least, or in the Premier League level? When last? So what is the criteria for selection? What is the level of qualification when making the selection? And I'm not here, I'm being as respectful as I can be. And I am willing to experience opposition for my views and thoughts. That's all good. I believe we can express ourselves. We can seek the truth and speak the truth without being disrespectful to person. I have no bone of disrespect in me for any of the persons. All I'm doing is questioning the competence of the people who prepared and selected this under-20 team. Now, the role of a technical director would include structure to a team. And this team played with no structure. Watch the game. Anybody who knows football could not tell what formation Jamaica was playing or what style. Mark you, the players were trying to build out from the back. I don't know if they were using M or W, what way they were building, if they were playing with sitting CDMs or they were creating triangles, how they were planning on building the ball out of the box. So the first 2 goals, then just give it away. And I'm not even going to call some of the players. I don't want to call any player's name, but I will say this. Listen, let me just put this out here because I don't want any person to believe that I have any bias. So there is Javin Williams. Javin Williams is a Mannings player that I speak about a lot. And if any of you listen to me, I've said that this is one of the best talent in Jamaica. 17 years old, right? And even he, I'm disappointed with. But I can tell you this. That he is not at the level. Good player. Probably he's going to do tremendous in the Costa Cup this year. Probably bring Mannings to the title. And I think like in the next under-20 cycle, if he moves away and get the development needed, I believe at some time he's going to play for the national team. That's how much I believe in this youngster's potential. I believe the same thing about Adrian Reed. But when matched up against these players, they're ordinary right now. And that is the truth. Not because they don't have the talent to someday supersede some of these players in the American setup or the Costa Rican setup. But right now, they are not exposed to the level of football that will lift their level. That's what I want us to understand. And we have to look into ourselves. You know, to say we, because I'm a Jamaican, you know. Like I say, I can't understand how people do a watch along to this. It is ridiculous. I could not do it in good conscience. I couldn't do it in good conscience. I don't know, man. I don't know. I see an under-17 team. Yesterday, the under-17 team composed of players from all over, Jamaica, America, and I think they have some English, at least one guy from English. They have a guy who was in Spain as well, who is a part of it. And they played against, I think, Corville Gardens, who is a major league team of men. And in around 60 minutes, the under-17 team completed close to 500 passes and had the Corville men team by 7-0 till they stopped scoring because they say it was a waste of time to score. They were just possessing the ball. An under-17 team. That has a lot to do with better quality players, one, and I believe an organized system. I'm going to try and get myself back on video, hoping that you can see me. Give me a sec, people. Give me a sec. Tell me that you can see me now. So I'm not here to quarrel because I feel it for the youngsters. I hope they have a sports psychologist that can reach out and speak to these players. I hope so. Because this is devastating, man. Someone needs to sit down these players and tell them, listen, this is not your fault. All right? You played against a better team. And somebody needs to say to these youngsters, I take responsibility for this. So you have an opportunity to take responsibility for the next game and put it on the players. Somebody need to call and sit down and talk to the staff there and say, listen, at least let us be organized as a team. If we're playing 4 or we're playing 5, let players be disciplined to play their position. These players, yeah. I think, blessings, Andre, yeah. I'm telling you, this American team is no joke. They are no joke. No joke. They are being primed to win the World Cup. And we would have seen these fixtures to know that we're not going into a joke. No, the thing is, that Jamaica could still qualify. Because they could beat Cuba and still qualify as one of the best third-place teams. They could draw with Costa Rica because they are just 3 points behind, 2 points behind Costa Rica and Cuba, really. And I believe that USA going to win every game. The thing is that USA may change up their squad for the next game because they may see this as a... You understand? I don't know. I honestly believe we had passed this stage, aside with our female team as well at the youth level. And I felt like, okay, we have all passed this stage of Jamaica. I had parents who called me and told me that this was going to happen. Parents of kids on the team who said, this team is not being prepared properly. Parents. More than one. I had 4 parents who went to training sessions and were not happy with how the teams were prepared. The team was being prepared. I just... And I agree with you, Marvin Thompson, that there are players who probably are in Jamaica who, I think CC had mentioned a guy called Leo Campbell. Think his name that I think Coach Himir Algrimson, when he was here, saw him when Jamaica played against them and said that, good youngster, that one for the future, he's there. Like even some of the players, I think like some of the players, and people, please, we're not going to get into the Phoenix JFF because that's going to be who said she said business. So that's not taking the conversation anywhere, respectfully. Right? It's not going to take the conversation anywhere. Because if I have to be the boss for things to work, then something is wrong. So we're not going to have that conversation. Let's look at some other... Because for the persons who believe that Phoenix and their leadership is the change Jamaica football need so that we can qualify for World Cups, I just want you to know that there was an election and the only time that's going to happen is when there's an election. So let's wait until the next election that we discuss that. We need to discuss solution. And the solution is we must get beyond this idea that these players are the best when we haven't seen all the players available to us. That's one. And we must get the highest qualified coach to take the team that is supposed to transition to the senior team. I'm going to put something out here as well. and this is going to be very controversial. It's going to come across as discrimination, but I have to say it. And these views are my personal views. If I have the authority over any U team, nobody who bleaches can play on it. Me. Let's say it again. Male or female. If I ever had the authority over any youth team, and you are bleach, you have got to get back your original complexion, or else you can't be on my team. That's me. It's my personal opinion, because I have a responsibility as an adult to help build self-esteem, self-worth in the young people of Jamaica. I've seen it with male and female team. Now, when you get to the senior team, I think it's different. But when you are on the U team, that is not going to be acceptable. And I'm fine that I believe that people are going to see that I'm constitutionally wrong. This Donald Johnson. All right, show me the Constitution. We're talking. What? We're in the Constitution. What? Then people must be listening. Donald Johnson. Hold on. I have to take this one. Donald Johnson. Give me where in the Jamaican Constitution that speaks to this. Like, sometimes we can say things without referencing things that we can't prove. Donald Johnson, it is okay for you to say you disagree with me. But to say that it is illegal and constitutionally wrong, brother, you can't prove that. So you can't prove that. But bless the person. If one is to me a fight against bleachers. No. Me because I always go to grandstand. Wait up, bleachers as in the part of the stadium where you're sitting. And here's it. There are persons who have skin conditions like acne and those things. There are people who have skin conditions that their skin tone changes dependent on whether they are, a lot of the players who come from England who are fair skinned, when they go out in the sun, they get a tan. That's different. We know that when you were 16, you're a blick. You're a blick when you were 16, and then when you come to under 20 at 18, you are brown. And you don't live a foreign. In some cold place. As Jamaican would say, you spend your days in the raw barn sun. So I believe that as a youth, that can't work. You're going to have to sit out. Because I have a responsibility as an adult to help in your nurturing and in your growth as a young man or a young woman. We have a couple of persons wanting to call. You can call in and share your thoughts. You can call in and share your thoughts. You understand me? Yes. Just call in and share your thoughts. Sir. Like I said, that is my opinion. Yep. And it's opinion based. So understand that. You see, my times I'm saying it is opinion based. All right.
Hello.
Yeah. Welcome to the show. Good afternoon.
Yeah, I have a suggestion. Like back in like 97,
Firstly,
98.
who are we speaking with? Let me just,
Oh,
what do you go by?
Chris.
Chris. All right, go ahead, Chris. Yeah, man. Welcome. Yeah.
Back in 97, 98, Jamaica used to have under 13, under 16, and under 20 in the club level. Why did they get rid of all of that?
Why did they get rid of, go again? Under?
Like all the clubs back in the 90s, like 97, 98, used to have U20s club teams. Like I'm from Marvelly, where we used to have under 20, under
Yeah, man,
17.
but Cassava still have that. That they still have that, man.
So why I'm not seeing it? Why the kids from high school is not participating in that, and they're highlighting it more?
No, man. I mean, a lot of the kids play like the kids who are not in Premier League teams actually play in those leagues. I remember even just the other day, Boys Town was playing a match up by Constant Spring, and they had some. I think they were playing against Ligani, and just a couple of weeks ago, there were some issues up there. Harborview. I think even today, under 17 games are being played. So,
all I've seen is just the Premier League and League One. That's all I'm seeing.
Oh, you're saying that in the team? No, you're not getting to see those games.
Yeah, so I'm not knowing if they're playing or not. So that's why I'm wondering, like, is it they still pushing the under 20s in the club level, or the under 16 at the club level?
Yeah, man, because Cavaliers, Arnett, all of those teams, especially the Casafa teams, play under 13, under 16, and under 20. They do. But what I'm saying is that maybe it needs to be spoken about more and highlighted more.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because I'm not hearing nothing about Jamaica clubs have under 20 where the younger players can play on the under 20, and if they're good enough, they can make this the bigger club teams, and they play. When the clubs, like the bigger clubs like Arnett, play away, then the under 20 would play at home. So they constantly play every time.
But what I'm saying,
not seeing it.
what I'm saying though, even if Jamaica were to implement a under 20 league, it not going. Football has evolved. I don't think we have the requisite capacity, capability to create an under 20 team of players playing in Jamaica to compete right now at this level. That's just it. Football. Remember, we're going up against players that are playing in UEFA Conference League, UEFA League. So I don't think that playing even if you play the Casafa League once a year, right? That's maximum 20 games. You're coming up against players that in 1 year they're playing 60 games, 70 games. So I don't think that would be sufficient. It probably would help to make us not look as bad, but I don't think that is the solution.
And the other thing I was looking at too, I think like the schoolboy football, they should play a longer season instead of just the short one they're playing. Give them more time to play and develop. Schoolboy
football is a joke for me still, personally. Because nobody over 17 should be playing on schoolboy football. If like I know a player that everybody was saying he should be in the under 20 team. The man was a starter in the Premier League for one of the top teams. And I don't know how the rule is. He has not been going to school like for at least 2 years. And he's gone back to school to play the Costa Cup this season. Don't make no sense to me.
So you're saying he just going just to play, not to learn?
Well, he was not going to school for almost 2 years. So and he's just going back to school and he's registered to play the Costa Cup. That don't make any sense.
No, yeah, that don't make no sense. I don't know. I think the JFF and everybody who's running the football need to figure out how they can get the leagues and play a little longer, so the everybody can be on the same page as like the world.
I agree with you. I think we need more games and we need better coaches. We need more games.
I think so too. I think the coaches them need to more educate themselves more, like at the club level.
And when you find those best 20 players, you match them up against the best 20 players in England, the best 20 players in the US. So you have a pool of 60, and then out of that you select the 20. That's what I believe.
Yeah, and the other thing, I think like most of the coaches in Jamaica, they're stubborn. They don't want to learn.
I agree with you. I think most of them are like that. They think they know it all already. And I don't think
I'm just saying, like, we watch the Premier League every Saturday. As a coach, you can watch maybe adapt from it. Are stubborn, so they're not gonna learn. But that's what I was just calling to see if Jamaica still have under 17 and under 20 at the club level. Because I remember when I was growing up, it was popular. Everybody want to play under 20, under 17, because we want to play for Jamaica. So when I was growing up, that was the thing for me as a kid. I want to play all the junior level teams so I can make it forward to play for Jamaica.
Yeah. Yep.
And I'm not seeing it. They're not highlighting it. So I thought that it was the Scorn.
Yep. All right. We have a next one coming in. So I'm going to take an next one. But thanks for the call, Chris. Appreciate it. And appreciate your views as well. Good breakdown.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, man. All right. Blessings. All right. All right. All right, let's see if we can fix this thing. What kind of calling sound I'm going here? Let's see it. State this one. Let's call back this person who was calling back, and then we get to our next call. Yes, sir. Good afternoon. Welcome to the show, Victor.
Sir, how are you?
How am I doing? Think I'm feeling better today than I was at around 10:30 last night.
Yeah. Well, I was good last night watching the game until the goal started scoring. I'm like, wow, this don't make no sense. But what I can say, man, I don't know who prepared this team, but it didn't prepare. This team did not prepare. I can watch the players when the goal scoring, the guys laughing. That number 4, he played the wing back, like center back, wing side, left side.
Yeah.
He run past him and he laughed. I'm like, wow. You really laugh when somebody's scoring a goal. You can't do that, man. That's not good.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you,
also,
that's why I don't want it, because like that player played in the last under 20. And
I know he's a good player.
Yeah, he's a player that people are talking about being in the national team. I don't even know. I don't even know if he has grown in terms of his football. I don't even know. But I'm not going even because at the end of the day, I think a lot of it has to do more with preparation.
Up here. Then one of the Charlotte players, because my son played for Charlotte Academy, and one of the number 7 that came on, I think he came on about in the 60th minute. He scored the 7th goal. He scored. That player is a player I seen him growing up for so long. He's an excellent player. He's under 17. I'm telling you, he's under 17. He's not close to 20 yet, and he's playing this level of football. You know what I mean? So we just need our guys to just be prepared, because we're not preparing.
Yeah,
we're not preparing.
Yeah.
Also, that kid from Westmoreland that you were talking about.
Yeah, he plays some money. And he plays.
Okay, and he just Reno. Okay. I don't know, man. They're not ready for this type of competition. They're not ready yet.
That's what I'm saying.
But, I don't know. I don't know. People bashing the coach, but they give the coach basket to carry water, man.
Maybe the coach took the basket to carry the water and it wasn't given to him. I don't know. That's what I need to know. Was the coach given the basket, or did the coach take the basket?
Yeah. You take the basket and try to carry water, which it never worked.
Yeah.
You know, because if you get a team and you realize, okay, this is not the team that you really wanted, you could say, okay, I am not doing it.
But that's
Because your credibility is not at stake.
I don't understand how the
You
team
can't
was
just
set up.
watch money all the time.
Let me tell you this, right? So Javin Williams,
Yeah.
somebody asked. That's why I don't want to get into it because he.
But the truth is gonna come out anyway.
No, man. What I mean is that he has never played left back before, and they put him at left back. This is
So you're playing with a position.
yeah. When you could have played a back three because they have so many centre backs. They have Jay Lloyd Smith. They have Javin Williams. They have Romain Blake. They have so many centre backs could have played a back three. Instead, anyways, I don't want to get I don't know.
Yeah, they don't want to get. They don't want to call too much names neither.
Yeah, I don't
because,
want to.
you know,
Yeah, I
this
don't
is your
want to get
program.
in. I don't want to get into the name calling and all of that. But,
Yeah.
you know, I feel it for the players. I feel it. I
Yeah, I
feel
don't-
it for the players.
Yeah, it's hard to bounce back from a 9-0 to really say, okay, I'm gonna try to win the next one.
But
That's your moral just gone way down, way
when
down.
our coach makes like 3 substitution in the first half, 3,
Yeah,
that's not good.
that's tell you that the guys who you started is not competent. You know what I mean? It is what it is right now. You just have to take the loss and move on and see if they can even bounce back from
You know
the
what?
next game. Who
You know
will play
what?
next?
Costa Rica. What I want to know, what I'd love to know from the coach is if he had these players, like the starting 11, that's the 11 that started the game. Before this, how many games did they play together? Because based on the time that they traveled, they would not have had enough time to have a proper session because they traveled.
Yeah.
They traveled Thursday morning.
Right, and the game is Saturday. So how much time would they have?
The game is Friday.
Friday
So you
night,
probably
yeah.
have a technical, tactical meeting. And
Yeah.
and like, you know, your massage, right. So you would not. So
Yes,
what I want to know is, did he ever play the starting 11 together before this?
Well, if he does that, it would be in Jamaica.
I think
Because he couldn't get a chance to play
sorry.
them in.
Did they leave on Wednesday? When did they leave? I think they probably left on Wednesday. You're right, Jason. I think they left on Wednesday morning.
And they get there Thursday.
No, they probably get, so the only
No, they
session
get there
would have,
Friday night.
no man, the only session is Mexico, man. They get there Wednesday, so the session that they would have is probably Thursday.
Yeah. It still doesn't look like they play together though, because when you're saying that the parents tell you that the team doesn't look good, are they were training in Horsborough
Yeah.
training center?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh boy, it's not a good situation. We look like trash, man. And then, you know, other countries are looking at us like Poppy Show, you know.
Yeah, man, it's not good. It's not good. Yeah, I struggle to determine if I should have even did a video, but you know, you have to seek the truth and speak the truth, and that is it.
Absolutely,
And
you have to speak it through.
Yeah, you have to learn from these things. We should not, at this stage of our football, Jamaica should not be getting 9-0 at under 20 level.
No way.
No matter
No
who we
way.
play.
No way. Under 20, no way. That's the next to the senior team.
That's what I'm saying.
No way.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right, but thanks for calling in. We're going to take a next
All right,
one.
brother.
Yeah, man. All right. Blessings
All
every
right,
time.
thanks, man. Everyone
Yeah,
came
man.
up
One
on. All right,
man
thank you.
make sure you make a contribution to the money is refurbishing, you know.
All right, I hear about it, boy. Gone. But all right.
No, man,
No worries.
you know, gone yet, man. The school still need you, understand me? You can still make a contribution. Man.
No. I don't mean say the contribution gone. I mean the school gone.
Oh, all right then. Cool.
Yeah.
Man. All right,
All
blessings.
right.
Yeah, man. All right. Miguel,
Yes, sir. Morning, man. How you doing?
good afternoon, man. I'm giving thanks, you know, as usual.
Afternoon. Yeah, man. First of all, I want to tell you, say, good job in terms of hosting, keeping your thing balanced and neutral and objective.
Thank you, sir.
Secondly, sometimes you have to wonder, though, what is the main objective of the JFF?
Yes.
Is it that they just want to participate to have it on record that they did? Or are they interested in the development of football in Jamaica? Because when you look at the preparation levels that they put in all aspects of the competition, both senior and junior, you have to ask if it's just because they want to check a box on a list of things that they have to do for the year, or or the main objective is to prepare, and when they enter a competition, they enter to compete. Because at the end of the day, there are persons who are getting paid, right? And they say, okay, well, we enter this competition, we enter that competition. It seems like just formality to me. I don't know what you think about it.
Yeah, here's what I believe. Speaking specifically, and you have a genuine concern. Great question, great point. All right, but here's where I'm at. I believe that if this team were 6 months in camp preparing, USA would have still defeated us. I don't think it would have been this bad, because I still don't believe that we selected the best set of players that were available to us. And I think that is the first thing that needs to be addressed. I think the first thing that needs to be...
preparation is a part of selecting the team, is a part of preparation also, man.
Yes, so right. But selection of players come before. While I understand it, so for me, the different stages, and I'm agreeing with you, we can put it in as preparation. But the first thing is that if you have bad players preparing them, you're still going to get bad results, even if the preparation is good, if the players are bad. All right, even if you have a bad coach and you have a lot of time, it don't make the team better. So while all three things are important, the players, the coach, and the time of preparation, I think those three components, while we can say it's all part of the preparation, we have to at some point isolate them in the analysis. Are we selecting the best coach available to coach a team? First, are we selecting the best players available? And three, are we giving the players enough preparation time for what they're entering into?
Well, listen, but
Yeah.
so at what point, the association gonna learn or say? That's why I wonder what is their objective. That's the main thing. What is their primary objective?
So let this be the straw that breaks the camel's back. That is that cliche saying, let this be it. But here's what I know. I think at the press conference that was done, was it Thursday? I think it was, Mr. Chung spoke about the under-20 team and said that if we were able to qualify this team to the World Cup, so given the sentiments that he expressed, at least for him, he believed that the team that was sent, or the under-20 team, had the opportunity or have a chance, although because it's not done yet. Management could be totally wrong people. They could win the 2 games, go to the quarterfinals, reach to the semifinals and qualify. And you can all come back and laugh at me. Hello? You hearing me? Hello? I don't know, right? You could all come back and laugh at me. And I will come up here to be ridiculed for my nonsensical statements. It is still possible. I will come back and admit that I got it wrong. I just don't believe that it's going to happen. But at least Mr. Chung, in the press conference that he did, made assertion that would make you believe that he believed that the possibility existed or exists that the team could qualify. When I saw the team and the composition of the staff going with the team, I didn't see how it was going to happen. And that's my humble opinion. And please, I'm not no guru on football. I'm not no super intelligent people who have a lot of understanding of football. So I could be totally wrong. I could be totally wrong. All right. You want to talk about probabilities, Jason? Go ahead. Uh, he says, man, it is possible that my Powerball numbers play, but let's talk about probabilities. I don't know. What I know is that the two best third place teams could qualify. So it is possible because there are some tough zones, that Jamaica could draw with Costa Rica, which would mean Costa Rica on 2, Jamaica on 2. And Jamaica could beat Cuba, right? Cuba beat USA, Cuba beat Costa Rica. Jamaica has 4 points, and tada, they finish second and automatically goes through. And right? And I don't know. I don't know. So I don't know. That's because anything. Yes, sir. Yes, I watched the Costa Rica and before the Costa Rica team, I knew. So I said my prediction were Jamaica, this Jamaican team. I said on the show last week, earlier this week, that I think this is a 10-0 team from the US, given what I knew about the US team. And this could be a 6-0 team from Costa Rica, based on what I know about the Costa Rican team. And I think I think that Cuba could beat Jamaica. So I didn't see us scoring a goal, getting a point in this. I didn't see it. So that was my prediction, boss. I don't know. So I watched the Costa Rica-Cuba game. And based on what I saw from Jamaica, I don't, unless things change drastically, which is possible, because anything is possible, It is just my opinion. So if you differ, state that. Yeah, but what I'm saying though, DW, if Jamaica beats, because Jamaica next game is Costa Rica, if you beat Costa Rica and the USA beats Cuba, Costa Rica will be on 1 point. Cuba on 1 point and Jamaica has 3. If Jamaica in their last game beats Cuba, Jamaica have 6 points. So they would finish second behind the USA, and you finish second, goal difference has nothing to do with it. They automatically go through. If they draw with Costa Rica and beat Cuba and the USA beats Costa Rica, Jamaica goes through as well because they would have more points than Cuba and Costa Rica. So we the team could actually go through. Yeah. So anything is possible. Anything is possible. I just don't. I'm a man of faith, but Lord, help my unbelief. Help my unbelief. I don't believe. I have more belief that Mason Greenwood and Reece Nelson and those guys will be playing for Jamaica in September than this team winning a game. Honestly. Yeah. All right. Who was calling? I think I had the next call. Let me just call back this caller. Yeah, yes, Drew. This one come out only by prayer and fasting, my brother. Oh. Yeah, listen, and this should be, I think, the one thing we can take away from this, and I hope the leaders of the football will look at it and say, listen, we don't have enough players playing enough games to properly prepare them for the under 20 level. I keep on saying this. Under 20s across the world are professional players. The top players in academies in Europe play in their senior club team, right? when you look at the World Cup, when you look at like the Copa or the Europa League, there are a lot of 19 and 18-year-olds spread across the teams. Because you're a professional, players are signing multi-million-dollar contracts at those ages. It's professional football. It's not for amateurs. And we have an amateur league, and most of our under 20 players cannot hold down a starting position in our amateur league or semi-pro league. Yeah. Hey, this is big up AM Henry. If the probabilities, yeah, that is true. I like this one. How many of the players who played on the friendly match against Mexico were starters in this match? You know what? I don't know. I know that from the qualifiers that when John Wall, at least 10 players are not there. Well, close to 10 players. Like we're calling the names the other day. So a lot of the players who played in the previous stage of the qualifiers are not there. I know that for the trip in Mexico, I think Simmons was there. Simmons was there. Let me just get that, right? Let me see if I can get the Mexico squad. Let me see if I can look back at the Mexico squad. I think I have it somewhere here. Let me find it. All right. Let me see if I can find that squad that went to Mexico. Mexico. I'm going to try and find it. Just see if I can help you. We can look back at them and see who was there and stuff like that. All right. Where is it? Mexico. Simon probably have this one. This is where you need Simon Preston. So Simon Preston, if you have that team that went to Mexico, send it to me now, man. If you're listening. Not this team right here, but the team that went. Let me see if I can find it. The team, because that team lost to Mexico, lost to Guatemala. I'm trying to find it, but I know that there are players who were there that are not on this present roster. Oh jeez. I'm trying to find it, people. I don't know that I will, but I'm trying. Lord. But I know Simmons was on the team and he's not in this one. At least that one name, I know. I don't know if anyone else know any other name. Yeah. Kobe Thompson, I think, was dropped from the games in Trinidad. I don't think I'm going to find it, Oh, Lord, where is it? Let's see if I can. Let me find it the next way. Yeah. Yeah, so it's a really compared to the first round roster, lots of changes. Lots of changes to the team. U20 friendly. All right. So I think I find the team, right? So U20 squad. So you had Keanu Jackson. He's not in this team. Alexander Bicknell, he's there. Tywone Lynch is there. Nashada Gibbs, he's there. Kadeen Young, is he here? I'm not sure. Niall Waugh, he went. Dean J. Brown from Mobile United, he's not there. Brian Burkett is there. J. Light Simit is there. Junior Grizzly, Harborview, he's not there. Avery Range DeBarra, he's there. Jabari Howell from Ligani, he's not there. Ashton Gardens there. Nicholas Simmons from Richmond, he was there, he's not there. Fabian Reynolds is there. Joshua Grant is there. George Grant, he was in Mexico, he wasn't there. Roshan Sumal is there. Mackay Welsh is there. Nashan Bolt is there. Romain Blake is there. And Nathaniel Howe from Veer, is he there? Yeah. So those were the, yeah. And they had a different Nathaniel Howe. So there are a few players. Yeah, there are a few players. So those are the names of the players who went on for the Mexico game. So from what I'm seeing, Nicholas Simmons, George Grant, that's 2. Junior Grizzly, 3. Keanu Jackson, 4. Kadeen Young, 5. Deon J. Brown, 6. And Nathaniel Howe, I think 7. So let me check. I think those are the names that went to Mexico that are not in this. But if you go back to the Trinidad team, a lot more names. If you go back to the last round of the qualifiers, there's a whole lot more that is out. So the team had several changes as well. So I don't know, because this present squad, all right, let me give you the names in this squad that went to Mexico. All right. So let's do that right now. Give you the ones that went to who went to Mexico for the friendly games. All right. Oh my Lord. And then find it right here. This is it. I'm going to stay too long. We have around 17 minutes. So if you have a thought, you can call in. Alex James came into the squad. He was not there. That's 1. Javin Williams came in. That is 2. Shadiko Wizard came in. That is 3. Christopher Ainsworth came in. That is 4. Dunstan Cowan came in. That is 5. Yeah. So those 5 players came into the team. I think Orion Watson, 6, are the 6 players that came in. 7 new players. Yeah. So I don't know. I think Christopher Ainsworth was injured, so he didn't go to Mexico. I don't know, man. I don't know. Hey, people. Ricky Tang, big up yourself. You understand me? Big up yourself, my boss. Sad day. You understand me? Yeah. Sad day, but it is what it is. You live, you learn. Let's use this as an opportunity to what I call fail forward. I hope and I pray that these players can rebound. This is difficult, but I really hope that they can rebound, that even if somebody can do a session with them, can let management talk to them, you know. I'll talk to them on a Zoom, you know. Put them in a room and I'll do a video and talk to them. You understand me? I can encourage and motivate them. Do a session with them, you understand me? Free session with them, because these guys are going to need it, man. It is, yeah. Preacher, bless up yourself. Issa Allen, bless up yourself. Who that? Alan Wedderburn, big up yourself. PP, hit the like. Oh no, I didn't even check this. Oh jeez. Come on, people, hit the like button. We have 33 likes to 100. Let it happen. Let it happen. If you're disappointed in the performance of the Jamaican team last night, the under 20, if you're disappointed in the performance of the team, hit the like button. If you love the performance of the team and you're happy with the performance of the team, don't touch the like button. But if you're disappointed, touch the like button. Yeah. But yet, like I said, I'm trying not to call the players' name because they are not the sole reason. I mean, I'm not motivating them. I have not blamed the players, Duckland. I just never expected a whole lot in the first place because of who they're going up. And that is what I want them to know, that listen, that is done, gone, and dusted. We have 2 games to go. I mean, I'm not, you know that I am not, Duckland, I've tried my best to not blame the players, you know. So you mean to me now motivate them? Yeah, of course I am. I am saying to them, this is a USA team that has been together. You go and check out under 17. This is not the first time some of these Bambino and Zambrano and them guys and Ramos, you know, playing against Jamaica, you know. Them guys are playing Jamaica under 17, you know. They're playing in the under 17, they played in the under 15 thing. These guys have been together in the same place for a long time until some of them start move to Europe. All right, we have on the line a former referee. What's going on, sir? How you doing? One, Mr. Ricky Teng. What's going on? Talk to me. Good afternoon. You have to go sound. You have to go sound. Hold on a sec. You have to go sound clearer than that because the people going to tell you that you need to come from under the bed. That is a Ryan LFC thing. You know, tell him call us if you come from under the bed. All right, you're sounding better now.
Yeah, man. Mornings, man. You know, last night performance was one of the worst feeling, you know, that Jamaica can have. You know, it was a worse feeling than the Brazil get 7 a few years ago by Germany. And I tell the Mornings, man, it was a good respect last night. You know, but going forward, you know, we just want to ask one question. Why is USA at the youth levels always better than us? I don't know why. You know, you can't answer that from the Mornings, man.
I can give my opinion. All right. One, they have more financial resources. They play way more game. They have a system that gets those players together for longer periods of time than us. They are playing higher quality football. So these players don't play for high schools. They play MLS next, or they are playing in the MLS. And then they move their players into clubs overseas.
Where they get the resources from?
Where USA get the resources?
Where they get the resources from?
No, man, USA is a wash with the youth resources.
No, the youth program. Where they get
Huh?
My name's man, for a country like Jamaica that's passionate about football.
Jamaica, hold on. Jamaica do what? Jamaica have no passionate about football, man.
Yeah, but we're passionate about football.
No, man, Jamaica passionate about talking, man. You know, the Jamaica biggest passion of talking, you know. Jamaica biggest passion. The number one passion of Jamaica are chatting. What kind of football, man? Football way down the pecking order, man. And, you know, entertainment, they are ahead of that, man. Politics are ahead of that, man.
No. See, we pick up a team, under 20 team, and saying, I'm going to play like this, you know, the couple of days, not, you know, no practice match, nothing at all. It's not a good. You them don't deserve this, yo. You understand what I'm saying? You them don't deserve this, now. You see me? But big up yourself, man. So I'm going to get next man.
Yeah, man. Big up, man. Drive safe, you know. All right, yeah, man. Respect. Yeah. 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 No, man. Jamaica not passionate about football, man. Jamaica just want talk when game are played. But most Jamaican go and match them. They watch match, you know. Jamaica not watch match, man. No, Jamaican go and match, man. Jamaica drink and smoke and walk up and down and all of them things, man. Jamaica not watch no match, man. Jamaica not passionate about football, man. Jamaica passionate about politics and entertainment and chattings, man. Those are, I think, our primary passions at Jamaica as Jamaicans. Yeah. Yeah, so the USA, I think the USA is better than us at the senior level as well. They are ranked. Ranked way higher than us. Hold on there. What going? People don't never that see me and tell me. That's serious and that see me. You know. While the USA does have more resources, TNT and Jamaica, we can do much better. What we don't seem to have is the commitment to providing the best for our young people. Excuse me, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, man. Jamaica passionate about entertainment, man. You see how some fest and then thing there. Jamaica have no money for pay go football match, but some fest pack popcorn show sold out. A damn thing that Jamaican passionate about, man. So there's a lot of things. I told people that in the States, right? Most of the places where they go and play football, the academies and stuff like that. These kids can leave home, leave school, go home, finish homework, eat, and they go and play football way up into the night because they have the facilities to do that. The parents can drive and pick them up. They can move them from this academy to that academy, right? Yes, a preacher. Jamaicans are more passionate about, this is Duckland about choreography than U20 football. In the Republic, actually, you know. Actually, go cut me here, and I should have cut me here now. You see me, actually, go line up all them thing there, you know. Baba, cut off some of my good looks. Camera broke. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there you go, Henry. I think what I am saying is that we didn't have to look this bad. So while I did not expect, based on the quality of play that the USA have, I did not expect Jamaica to win the game with this present crop of players. But honestly, the team, they weren't defending narrow, they weren't defending deep, they weren't defending high, they weren't like the pressing was disorganized when they were trying to press. They didn't have a way of breaking the press when they came out, when they start like I don't know, so many things, but I don't want to, you understand me? Caller, welcome to the show. Good afternoon. Final call for the day. So you better make it good.
Blessings, man. No, man, you can't say me at the final call, man. I want to, man, you have to take some more call. I just calling though to ask you and the Jamaican fraternity. We don't know with the whole quota thing for the youth them, for the program in general. Because you see, say, the world see, say, no ball no really play at Jamaica to pick up to go compete on the international level, right?
True. I think
that's a question,
yeah.
Isn't it?
Huh? No, but you can't ask the question and answer right.
No, may I lead you towards the answer.
But I agree that we're not playing enough football and we're not playing at an elite level that would allow us to compete with the top teams.
So you need to make the necessary links to make them understand. Say, them to stop, fight out the ball of them overseas that can come uplift the thing and put the thing on a different level. Because, no, sir, this is not it. This is not it. I don't know, back in the 90s, Jamaica and USA was almost on the same level. Man, them gone, we are either we know, brother.
In the 90s, we're on the same level?
Yeah, man.
We
did up on the same levels, man.
Which part?
Remember, say a few ball of them come to Jamaica, come get, you know, Andy Williams, you know. Them even thief on our ball, whether you the name again with the from Mobile.
Thief. Thief.
Yeah, man, thief him, man. I'm a virgin too, you know. I'm a virgin too, man.
This one, this. Hold on.
Yeah, man.
Who you talking?
He used to play forward, man.
Robin Fraser?
No Fraser. I don't remember his name right now. He used to represent Columbus Crew.
Omar Cummins?
Back in the 90s. Yeah, Cummins.
But Omar Cummins don't play for Jamaica, man. Omar Cummins don't play for US.
No, man.
At Jamaica, Omar Cummins play for you.
Hold on, the name soon come back to me, man. Let me not see the man all up here, man.
Yeah, man, Omar Cummins, but Omar Cummins play for Jamaica.
No, man, he could represent Jamaica again because when the World Cup team 98 they forgot World Cup.
No, Omar Cummins.
No,
man, Omar Cummins.
Anna Cummins, man.
Oh, it can't be Cummins then.
Anna Cummins. I can't remember his name now. But may I tell you, so US and Jamaica was on the same level. But they might take over all of them. Just to make
no, seriously. Let me be honest with you. I believe that USA has been ahead of Jamaica, man. Maybe we were more competitive against them, but I don't think, for me, I don't think there has been a point when Jamaica, I think now at the senior level, with our best team, we and USA are at the same level with our best team. Oh, you're talking Jeff Cunningham.
Yeah.
Jeff Cunningham, you're talking.
Jeff, that's the name, man. Jeff, man.
Thank you, Mario.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
See, next man, they know what I'm talking about, right?
So, wait a minute. So Jamaica never see when they take on the same level, brother. So, if he was stolen by the USA, why did Jamaican people
never? No, you see, USA kept the ball, brother. And just like how them go and thief Freddie Adu back in the early 2000s.
What do you mean them thief them? So when thief
him from the African country where Freddie Adu come from.
So when we get Mason Greenwood and Reese Nelson and Mikel Antonio, thief them.
No. Yeah, man, I thief them from England, man. England them born, brother. Although them are Jamaican citizens, Jamaica them second choice. But that's even different. That Jeff never born here. Jeff born in Jamaica. You understand? Jeff born in Jamaica, you know? But back to the point I'm trying to make. Back in the 90s.
We were never on the same level. No, we never on the same level.
We are America.
We were more competitive, but not on the same level.
Till our case, where the youth name, where I'm announcer, you know, the defender for America, the long hair, Lalas.
Yeah.
Alexi Lalas. I fight them off your fight out.
What I'm saying though, we were more competitive. Yeah. But they were always ahead of us.
So we did up on the same level, yeah.
You know, in fact, I think with the players, like if you think about some of the players that they're saying are going to represent Jamaica, I think when those players are in and a good coach, Jamaica maybe man for man to man, Jamaica could be. We could say that if you're just looking at straight football, goalkeeper with Andre Blake, and if you have let's call some names. If you have like Ethan Pinnock, Amari Bell, Tyree Mitchell, Mason Greenwood, Leon Bailey, Mikel Antonio, Demarai Gray, Damian Lowe, Bobby Reed. If you look at the names, when you put them, and I'm not remembering all the names, right? Reese Nelson. Let's just put names out there. If these guys come, when you put them together, man to man, you could say that the teams on paper are the same.
On the same level. Yeah, I agree with that too. But we weren't discussing the senior team. Still, we're discussing the under 20. And that is why I call in. I'm like, we need to give the ball at them, they are fine. We have to play a big man ball. The leeway of 15 at the under 20 thing, man, and us know so the academic thing need a Jamaica need to step up to kind of develop them youth at Jamaica.
Yeah.
And the module we really need to adapt at Jamaica is not to try and use the national team as a gateway to give the youth them exposure, but to use the academies to give the youth them exposure. Because the way the football are going, you know, you can't step out of high school at Jamaica and represent the national team. That's not a working model. That model is an outdated model. Can't work again. We're not supposed to take no 9 or 10 on them something there. No, sir, it don't look good. It don't look good. I feel it. I mean, I have a youth to play football and I feel it. Yo, you take up 9, brother, and it look good, man. And 9, you know? 9 past 6 long time, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. For the person saying that the altitude was the issue. Jamaica in 4 minutes of the game, we're like 2-0 down. That had nothing to do with altitude. We conceded the goal in like the first goal in less than 2 minutes. That has nothing to do with altitude. All right.
Yeah.
Well, let me read this. Yeah, man. All right. Big up yourself. All right. Cool.
Big up yourself.
Yeah, man. Let me take this one. Big up for the super chat. Moses says, with our best team today in 2024 is no contest against the USA best team. What? Jamaica was more competitive, to be honest with you, in 1997 against the US World Cup qualifiers in Washington. Yeah, we were more competitive, but they were ahead of us. Let me tell you this. And this is all ifs. Here are some of the players who can play for Jamaica. Mark Gibbs White, Reese Nelson, right? You have Hall who played in the Netherlands, I believe. Mason Greenwood, Leon Bailey, Ethan Pinnock. Think there lie that was a captain for Bournemouth, right? Amari Bell, Andre Blake, the Damian Lowe's, the Mariah Gray. I tell you this, that man to man, we disagree on this, Moses. Man to man, if Mason Greenwood in Jamaica, tell me a USA player better than him right now. Tell me the USA player right now that had a better season than Leon Bailey had for Aston Villa. Tell me the person in his position. Tell me the USA player that if Morgan Gibbs White playing better than Morgan Gibbs White based on what we saw in the league last season. Pulisic didn't have no better season than Leon Bailey. I disagree with you, Jason. You and I are going to disagree on that. I don't think Pulisic had a better season than Leon Bailey. I don't believe so. And I don't believe Pulisic is better than Mason Greenwood. I don't see a Christian Pulisic better than Mason Greenwood. I'm not saying how it works. We're just using hypotheticals. Right? But it's on paper. That may never happen. I'm just saying. Though, you get like one of these coaches you hear out there and Christian Pulisic is better than Mason Greenwood. No, boss, I disagree with you upon that. But the opinion still. Because it is so unjust, Duckland. Andre, welcome to the show. Good afternoon. I thought I had the last call, but you could be the last call.
Good afternoon. I was hoping you take it. Because I did hear you say it was the last call. Good evening. How are you doing?
I didn't say Pulisic is not good, sir. But Leon Bailey.
Man, are you hearing me?
Yeah, man, I'm hearing you. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead. Yeah,
no, go ahead. Finish addressing the place.
Listen. I did not say Christian Pulisic is not good. Leon Bailey Leon Bailey, I believe at Aston Villa last season had a better season than Christian Pulisic. I believe that Mason Greenwood, overall, when I talk about last season, is a better player than Christian Pulisic. You believe that he's better than both of them, sir? That's what you believe? We differ. I get what you're saying. That's what you're saying, Jason. All right. We can agree to disagree. All right, go ahead, Andrew.
Yes. Good conversation. And I know you're getting ready to close off, but just to try to add something, I want to always take it from as much as I could from the perspective of the region itself and not just Jamaica. I know this is a very touchy time in Jamaica with the amount of things going on, and every individual have their own perspective on what is, what should be, and that kind of stuff. So I'm going to address this from the region perspective. But you're asking.
Sorry, is Trinidad in this?
No, Trinidad is not in this, and you know that.
No. Oh, why people always do that to me? No, man, I don't know. They didn't quite.
No, Trinidad did not qualify.
Okay,
Trinidad did not qualify.
I'm not. Oh no,
and
man.
That's why I'm addressing it from a regional
perspective. Yeah. Because it's just Jamaica,
Trinidad
it's Jamaica, Cuba, and Haiti are the three Caribbean sides left in it, right?
Yes, I believe so. Yes.
Okay, yeah. Man.
And Trinidad is also coming up very, very short because as we just pointed out, he's not there. You ask in your thumbnail who's to be blamed, right? Are you being facetious when you ask that?
No, like
you don't have to answer that.
No, man.
You don't have to answer that.
It's a genuine question. Who is to be blamed?
It's a genuine question.
Yeah, who is to be blamed?
Well, there's a structure in football, right? There's a structure in football, and youth football falls under the responsibility of certain people. You can't blame the first team, the men's national team coach, because he's not responsible for that. So who's responsible for youth development in Jamaica? I think that's where you need to look for your answer, right? So it may not be one person, but maybe infrastructure. You understand what I'm saying? Because FIFA clearly points out what the different roles, for example, the role of the technical director, that's clearly pointed out in the FIFA manual. And I don't want to get into that part of it. The FIFA handbook says that the technical director is responsible for player pathway, for national youth teams, football development program, and coaching education. That's clear. That's what they pay for. So there's asking if it's facetious.
You raise a good point. You raise a very good point. Oh my God, this is so good. I know what my next thumbnail is going to be. Because it's part of the document, because you're reading from a document, and that document is talking about player pathway. FIFA's mandate could not be a pathway to 9 Love.
What?
FIFA's pathway could not be a pathway that leads us to getting 9.
Well, that's a very good point that you make, because we have people running around in the Caribbean saying that they are talent identification experts and that kind of stuff. We are funding their time in the island, and are we seeing progress in the football? There's an under-14 tournament that's going to start in Trinidad next month. We got to look at that closely and see what Jamaica under-14 team does, what they look like, what Trinidad and Tobago under-14 team does, and the other teams in the region, right? Because we are funding, according to FIFA documents, accommodation, right, and transportation for people that FIFA put in place to develop our football, right? And so we at some point in time, we have to see progress, right? We have to see progress. But that, I didn't intend to go so far into that. I'd leave that for you to figure out who's to be blamed. I just shared that information. But one of the things that has happened a lot of times, Marcus Garvey once says, a voice that speaks with sincerity should not necessarily have regrets, or something to that effect. But a lot of times when I speak to people in the region, they give you an exhaustive list of things that we don't have, that the USA and others have, why their football is different to us. What I do not hear is nobody asking the question, well, how can I overcome this? How can we overcome this? How can we overcome that? Because if we ask that question, our brain begins to work in a different way. We start looking for solutions, right? But we always list what we don't have, what they have, and that's the reason why they're better. And I do believe, as I stated just now in the chat, I do believe that we can do much better
with what we have. Yeah, I agree with you.
With what we have, right? Because we could, the Dominican Republic, for example, right? They are known as a baseball country, and right now, most, both Jamaica and Trinidad could struggle with them in the near future, as far as I can see, right? Based on what they're doing. So we have to start to ask, how can we overcome some of the issues that we have? We've got to ask if, we talk a lot about coaching license, right? But the reality is, while a coaching license, the process, coaching education can provide valuable knowledge, right? And can put someone in a position to advance their career and that kind of stuff. That's only a part of the process, a small part of the overall process. You cannot buy practical experience, informal learning, okay, and the coach's ability, the individual ability to effectively apply the knowledge, application of the knowledge. So you can take whoever you want, and this is what we're doing. Make sure they get coaching license and give them national team, but they haven't really had that practical learning. The ability to apply the knowledge may not be as good as someone else who may not have that license, and the outcome is going to be different.
Yeah,
the outcome is going to be different. So when we see these performances, and I watched Cuba last night, and I watched Costa Rica last night, and you were talking about probability, you're talking about possibilities just now, and someone asked you to look at probabilities. That game ended 1-1, and they both looked quite competent. So I don't know if you saw the game, but
I saw the game. That's what I'm saying. That I struggle to believe that Jamaica can beat Costa Rica, because they were playing with 10 players for a very good while in that game.
So I just gave you some information that probably could help if you were interested in answering the question.
Here's what. Here's what.
The FIFA handbook, which everybody goes by.
Yeah. Here's what I want to ask you, because you made some very good points, right? And I mean, every time I listen to you, I always say to myself, but this is the man that Trinidad and Tobago needs for their youth development, under 17, under 15, seeing videos of the teams that you prepare play. My question is this. Why haven't did you because there were many posts made
ask the question.
There are many posts made available in the in Trinidad and Tobago in terms of coaching. Did you apply for any of those? And if not, what particular reasons would make you not apply? Seeing that you are from Trinidad, and believe me, I believe you have the requisite skills, plan, strategic plans and system in mind that, if applied, could bring great rewards.
And I appreciate you believing that. I happen to know that. All right, I'm not being boastful, but I happen to know that. But what I do know is that, and believe, is that they're not interested, and I just don't want to. I don't want to go into how I know that, right? But the way that I see football, they don't see it that way, and they're not interested in that. That has been made clear, right? To me, right? They're not interested in football being played in that way, right? So we can get deeper into that if you want, but not on this platform. And number two, I've been living in America for a long time, and I happen to believe that it is a slave experience to work and not get paid. And I don't know that I can subject myself to working and not getting paid, or even not getting paid in time, and you have to wait for 3 and 4 months and almost beg for the money that you owe. I've never had that experience in the United States, right? And at my stage of my life, I don't think I want to have that experience. So the arrangement that I would want to have they may not want to have that, because I'm telling you, I would want to be paid in advance because I know I will do the work.
You want to get paid in advance?
In advance, yes, because the first time you miss my payment, I would leave the island, because it's only in slavery people work for free. It's only in slavery. We have to understand that.
So you want?
Do you not agree with that?
You want? No. I agree that when you work, you must be paid. What I don't agree with is that
the Bible says it. The Quran says it. All the religious books said it in one way.
I agree. When a man work, he must be paid. What I'm saying is that you want to get paid for the work before you do it. That is the issue I have. Because
only because I am not going to allow you to owe me for 2 and 3 and 4 months. Only because of that. If I agree to do the work for free, that's one thing. But if we have an agreement and you're going to pay me $1, it needs to be paid when we agree to pay, not 3 months later.
Okay.
So I just don't know that I can adjust to that behavior. Maybe because I've been a business owner for a long time, right? But even when I was in the corporate world, I've never had that experience. It's just something that I don't understand.
It's so strange hearing these things, because it just seems like a recurring decimal across the Caribbean. Like people having the idea that when they do the work, they're not going to get paid. Like payment always seems to be an issue right across the Caribbean. Is it that we're putting our basket where we can't reach it? What is going on? I don't know.
I want you to remember this. I said this to you several times. Sometimes you have ignored it. There's a calypsonian in Trinidad named Wendell Goodrich. He doesn't get any play on the radio as far as I know, but he wrote a calypso, and one of the lines in the chorus of the calypso says that the descendants of slaves have now become the slave masters. So we are doing to ourselves what has been done to us. Okay. It seems as if, because why would I agree to pay you $5 a month and I know I can't pay it, or choose not to pay to you? And it's not just in football. I talk to people all the time who have contracts, government contracts, and 2 years later they're still waiting to be paid. So it seems as though it's a behavior that exists that's probably not going to change anytime soon.
What do players do when this happens though? What should they do? Because they want, people will say, but look how much money you're making at your club. This is your country. And just 1 game or 2 games, you don't get any pay. You're not playing. That is madness. And and what do players do when they're in this situation?
Well, what players do is players end up paying because they take pride in representing their country. They want to play international football. But guess what? The same USA that we were talking about just now, they don't have that issue. They don't have that issue. When players come in, they get everything that they need, including being paid.
This is my issue with some of the cross-reference with, like, every time people use the United Kingdom or England, let's speak specifically. Every time people use like England and the USA for how payments and stuff are done, I always think like for me, it's the worst comparison to use, because they have generations of people that they work and they are still yet to pay them. So they cannot be the example for me. They will never ever, when it comes down to people getting paid, those two places will never be an example to me.
So, but that's the point I just made, though, right? We are now behaving in the same way,
right? But what I'm saying, though, on the flip side of that, when we are talking about, like you just said, when the USA players come in, they get paid. I don't tell me about how the people in Netherlands deal with their players, or the people. Tell me some people in some other places, but not those two places, because as far as I'm concerned, those people still owe billions or trillions of dollars to the people who they enslaved to build their countries, and up to today they have not given it to them. So until they have paid off those debts, they still have people who they owe salaries. They owe the most salaries in the world. So paying some people now.
While that is true, but that could apply for the USA, that could apply for England, that could apply for a lot of
that's what I said. That's why I said those two countries. So, when it comes down to Jamaica and Trinidad and probably Caribbean, don't tell me about those two countries.
Well, my intent is always to share my opinion based on what I know is factual, okay, or based on experience. So I don't know anyone that plays for Holland, so I can't. Any opinion I share there has to be something that I read somewhere or somebody. But if I may know people that plays for the USA and know what the treatment is like. You know what I'm saying? I may be connected to people that play for England and know what the experience is like. So, and those are the places that have that highly influence our way of life in the Caribbean.
Right. And no, I am saying, you know, what is being done in the USA right now, it is good that presently when people work, they pay them. What is good, what I'm saying though, is that what is happening in England is good. When players play, regardless of their race, they pay them. But I am saying that there are multiple generations of people who these said people engaged in work, and up to today, in fact, here's what they did to some of those people. For you to stop working and not getting paid, you have to pay us. And when you pay us some money, you're going to stop working. So that's what happened. So they were working people and not paying them. And then they said to the people, you want to stop, you have to pay us to make you stop, though we are not paying you for the work that you're doing. That's all I'm saying.
So right, and what I'm going to say to that is that could be a next thumbnail. That could be upset. And maybe we can invite some people in that might be more versed in that topic, that would give it a lot more that would be able to discuss a little bit. What I do know is I personally believe that, and I can speak for Trinidad, I believe that we can do much better than we're doing. Okay, if we start asking ourselves, how can we overcome this? We need to start doing for, we right now, we are waiting for, and I'm saying it from this perspective, that FIFA funds everything at the moment. So we are waiting for FIFA to do for our children what we should be doing for our children.
Yeah.
Okay? And to your question about players being paid, look, if I play for Trinidad, I play for Jamaica, and they say, look, guys, we don't have money. We can't pay you what they're worth, but we can agree to pay you $100 a game. And we agree to that. I'll come and give 100% for the $100 a game. Just pay me the $100 per game. But also, and I'm going to make a critical observation. This is not a criticism on anybody. But also the conversation about that I heard over the past few days about, you for one was saying, that you have no expectation of your under-20 team because they're showing up 2 days before their first game, right? And they're going to be playing at altitude or whatever the case may be. As a senior player, if I'm giving up my resources to play for the senior team, and I can see the youth teams benefiting, right? Because the truth is, why would a country send a national team in to play in altitude 2 days before? It's got to be tied to resources, right? We know that CONCACAF pay for the hotels 2 days before. We know that, right? So anytime prior to that, whoever the country is, the federation has to pay for it. So again, when we look at some of the countries there that you all mentioned earlier that was in there a week before and 2 weeks before, that's their federation saying that we want to put our kids in the best position possible to be successful. Right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We've gone to Colorado to play. And we've got to figure out, we don't have that kind of resources, but we have to figure out, we're going to play in altitude. We have to research it. We have to figure out what are our options. And we have to come to a place in our preparation that will probably help us, where we can create as best as we could an environment that help us, reproduce what it might feel like in altitude. And then we've got to go there at a time based on the resources that put us in a position to compete. So we prepare, and then we go there and we do the best. We do the best we could, and there's no complaint. We are fine. You know what I'm saying?
Here's where you and I agree. I think, like,
we should agree on everything I just said for the past 20 minutes.
Right. Here's where you and I agree. I think across the Caribbean, what the MAs need to do is to say to their players, listen, we are going to give you the best accommodation, the best travel, the best medical care, all of those things. We want to make sure that as much as we're able to, we're going to ensure that you have the best environment, right? For those of you who are playing at an elite level, it is difficult for us to then do all of those things and still pay you, millions of dollars. And say, listen, because we are providing that for you, all right, here is what we can afford to do. We don't even call it payment for the game. It's just like a stipend that you can give to charity or you can keep it. That is what I think. If all the other things, like you said, the environment is good, especially the elite players, I don't think their demand. And maybe there are some players who need, in Jamaica, for example, I think a lot of the local players need the payment from the federation because what they get at the clubs is minimal. And that is the issue. So I don't think players can depend on a national team as their main stream of income when they are professional footballers, which is what I think is part of the issue in Caribbean football. You've
been married for a long time. How many years you been married?
It's going to be 14 years.
14.
Yeah.
Right. What happens in your household when there's a problem?
When there's a problem, we sit and we discuss it, man.
All right, you communicate.
Yeah,
you communicate. Right?
So that's what I agree.
If you have players, some play in Jamaica or some play in Trinidad and some play overseas and whatever the case may be, and they obviously have different financial situations, you put everybody in a room, right? And you have a discussion, and people get a chance to say, well, okay, I will take my stipend, I need it. And some could say, okay, I will donate mine. Some could say, well, you can put it back into football.
Exactly.
And then there's transparency.
Exactly.
There's transparency, so there's no secrets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so there can be solutions to some of these things. But I sense that sometimes the least information the people have is easier for us to control the environment.
Yeah. So that's what I would do. I would talk to, because there are some players who need it. There are some players who don't, and the players who probably don't will say, listen, all right, let's help the domestic player. Take the international based player salary to kind of give our stipend to give to the local based players because they need it, or to give it back, whatever. I think like those things is probably what the Caribbean should look towards more so than anything else. But very good discussion. We need to get more into some of these things. You understand me? But yep.
Yeah, when I am quite aware of
no, you know what you need to do? You need people, you know what the show is called now? It's not called Cranky Live, it's called AK Live. Andre and Cranky.
No, it's just Cranky Live, trust me.
It's AK, not AK-47, just AK, right? Andre and Cranky Live, right? They need to take this one and deal with it. You understand me? You understand me? Because it's always
What you could do, what I didn't hear on your show today, there are some people that, and everybody have their own opinion, and I'm not weighing in on this, but I'd like to hear. So you're in a position to. There's some people that says that the football in Jamaica, the teams must be represented by local people. And I'd like you to get some of them.
The football in Jamaica must be what?
Represented the youth football, the football on the whole must have a lot of local players in it, right? And I heard that conversation this week.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you where.
I'd like to hear some of those people's opinion last night.
I will say this. Let me tell you this again.
I don't have an opinion on who should represent Jamaica. Just
exactly. Yeah.
So let's find it to be an interesting discussion.
All right, I'm going to tell you. I think so, but I've answered that many times. I believe I believe that at the U20 level, wherever they are, and I'm an advocate for that. I've been doing it for a long while, always trying to find the best under 20, and if I can help them, get them to Jamaica to play. I believe that. I also believe that at under 17, while I can, if they say that, well, we're not taking more than 13, I don't agree, but I know that they will probably do that. So fine. But under 17, because I believe under 20 is professional, and under 17, there's an under 17 World Cup. Therefore, I think the same best players play. At under 15 level, however, there is no global tournament. That's a World Cup. There is no World Cup. Under 15 for me is developmental level football competition. And I've said this before. I don't believe that we should try to fly people from all over the world to come and play, take them out of their Barcelona club, their Arsenal club, to come and play in the 1 week under 15 CONCACAF tournament, because I don't believe that aids in their development. That week in their clubs will bring them further along the way. However, if parents want the experience and want to bring them, their kids should not be excluded from the experience. But I don't think at the under 15 level, it is necessary. However, parents may want to bring their kids from wherever they are in the world to come and represent. That is good. And once we have those, we must begin to keep the database right there of them. So we know that we have 10 at Chelsea at under 12, whatever it is. We have the D.Ed Burton son, the Joby McAnuff son, the Ethan Pinnock son, all of these guys, the Leon Bailey son, all of these guys, Whisper Child, all of these people who are having kids overseas, that we do that. That is what my position has always been. But under 20, and I keep on saying it, is professional football. So you must use your best players at every single stage. Of course, once they're available. Under 17, I believe the same thing applies. But if somebody says, listen, we are going to implement this quota system at under 17, while I don't agree with it, I can understand that they would want to do it to protect their own interests. Because I've heard the argument that the parish, and remember, I don't believe in the parish presidents thing in Jamaica. And I don't believe that we need any parish president to run the football in parish. I don't like certain things. I don't believe in parish presidency. I believe you have some regional leaders that you can select to put in places to control certain regions of the football that are not voted in by the region, but the group that wins the election should then appoint people based on certain qualification in certain regions for the overall development of football in those regions. I don't like the idea of parish presidency, because what you're doing, you're giving voice to people sometimes that are there to really advocate for their parish. So at the end of the day, the man in Trelawney wants the people from Trelawney because he has to answer to the people from Trelawney. So to the man from Senton and Westmoreland and all of those parishes, even if they're not the best, listen, they are not here for what is, what is probably right for Jamaica, but what is best for their parish, because it is not Jamaica that voted them in, it is their parish. So they are beholden to the clubs in their parishes, and this is the issue that I have with the structure of football.
Well, I would say this. This is one of the things when you talk about the culture and the structure of football. That's one of the things that my intellect tells me that this is a Jamaican issue that you all will have to resolve, and I don't need to put myself in a position to be beaten, because I don't know if ESPN is addressing it, if they will beat them, but I don't. This is one that you all have to work out. But I would say this. In regards to that, development of players on the island is very, very important. Very, very important. And to get that aspect of it right. Last night in your first goal, I saw the defender played the ball into a midfielder. The midfielder back was still into the field. The the defender started to run towards him, and when he played the ball, he played it past him, and the US went in and scored. I think that was the first goal, close to the second goal or one of them. And from a development perspective, you know, at that age, under 20 football, we should understand that if the player is facing me, that I need him, that he needs me. He needs my help. So I have to now be creating space, not closing space. You understand what I'm saying?
But that is coaching, though. You know, that is coaching.
Right. So you see that, and you start thinking, well, is this information that they have, especially in that area of the pitch, or is that something that, you know, is totally oblivious to that? And I also would say, living outside of the Caribbean for a long time, I do understand Cranky's position as well when he talks about discrimination. I do understand that. But I'm not going to weigh in on, I'm going to leave that one for you all to resolve. But that one is quite
how is it? How is it in Trinidad?
It's slightly different because Trinidad does not have, there's a couple of things. Trinidad does not have the same laws like you all do. So it's a little bit harder to get the ability to play. You can play, I think if your parents, right, the child of an immediate parent from Trinidad can play. Anything other than that, I think it becomes more complicated.
All right, so what I'm trying to ask you, say there are 21 kids in the USA that their parents are from Trinidad. Say Andre had 6 sons that are 18, and Shaka has 5, and you know some others, and they are the best 21 footballers. Would all 21 play for Trinidad in the under 20 competition?
That's a good question, and it's a question that I can't. So what I do know, there are some people that share the sentiment that local players have to play in the team, and I think you can't dismiss all local players. But Trinidad also does not have the player pool like you all have, right? On the ground, the player pool is much smaller.
But what I say to you is that every time I've spoken to people from the Caribbean at the leadership of the football, they make it clear that local players must play. They may not have a number on it, but they are telling you that every team that represent their country or their island must have local players on it. So it's not. I don't think it's a Jamaica thing. It's right across the Caribbean. I think Haiti is the only. I think Haiti is the only distinction.
Well, it makes sense. You can't have I don't think you can have a national team. First to begin, how do you select a national team? Are we talking senior team or are we talking youth team?
No, man, we're talking from under 15 to under 20. The senior,
there's got to be a structure in the country that's developing players, right? And some of those players would leave and go overseas. Some would be born overseas and decide to want to play for the country, and some will be playing in the country.
And I think that is the issue, because the issue. I think the issue is there are some people who believe that if the best 20 players who are 13 years old are born in the USA, are born in England, are born in Holland, but they have Jamaican heritage, those should play in the under 14 tournament. All right. And then when they get to under 17, if the best 20 players again who are 16 years old are born outside of Jamaica to Jamaican with Jamaican heritage, they should play. And the same thing, and they are saying that cannot be the case. What other people are saying is that, well, that is not going to happen because you will always find talent. I don't believe so. If we are saying that we don't have the adequate stuff and we're going overseas for the best talent, the best 13 years old who have Jamaican connection will not come from Jamaica. So the truth is,
why would the best 13-year-old not come from Jamaica?
Why?
Yeah.
I don't think the best because I believe the other players in the players at Barcelona are getting higher level coaching, better fields to play on, and are developing faster.
So we look.
What I'm saying is that I don't think I believe it's right. Like if Trinidad and Tobago had the kind of population we had overseas, the the 13 best 13 years old, none would be in Trinidad. That's what I
Well,
mean.
it depends on the development structure, because the U20 team that you played last night, look, on almost every platform that discusses Jamaican football, when they talk about a young talent in Jamaica going overseas to play, and when they talk about finding a player or a league from a league that they respect, whatever the case may be, everybody jumps over the Atlantic and goes straight to England, whatever the conversation is. But last night, the under-20 team played against a team of players that was developed right here in the USA and was dominated. Not only, forget the score.
Yeah, but I didn't go to England. I'm not saying England alone. I'm just saying that outside of Jamaica, they're born like all I'm saying, Andre, is this. If we really go down to it and say that, which is what I think MAs across the Caribbean are saying, if they go by what people are saying, none of the teams with population outside of their island, like Jamaica, would have any player who play on the island ever representing the team.
But we have to fix that. We have to fix that, because if you're saying...
Man, I am saying that, man, we agree. So let me just narrow it down. It should be fixed. It needs to be fixed. And I'm not saying it needs to be fixed. It needs to be fixed.
In a few months, in a few weeks, you and many other Jamaicans, many other Trinidadians, they'll be running around the evening to go support schoolboy football. We fight we defend schoolboy football.
No,
we defend it. Even though we know that it's an extracurricular activity and our best talent probably shouldn't be there, right? They should be in another environment. If they have ambition to play football at the higher level at age 17, 18, 19, they should be in a different environment. They shouldn't be playing schoolboy football. But we all support it and we all fight to keep it. And when I say schoolboy football, I'm speaking about football in the Caribbean, right? In Trinidad and elsewhere. That football is basically extracurricular activities. That's what it is, right? There's no kid that played for the US last night. All we are doing is identifying the next problem. I want to stick to this one problem though. If we eliminate schoolboy football and say we're going to create a pathway of improvement, I am saying that it's not like the other 15-year-old. So we're going to create a path starting now. Jamaica is going to create a pathway for development, a perfect pathway for development for the kids in Jamaica. I am saying to you, the kids in England, the kids in America, they are going to improve their system. And if they're ahead of us and they're improving their system, when we finish improving, they're still going to be ahead of us, because it's not like they stop improving. So the point I'm making is that, is it realistic then that our development is going to be on par with those places who are continually developing? So yes, we can.
Okay.
This is the problem. This is the problem that we have. We need to believe, we need to know that we can match. If we don't believe that, we need to have the confidence. It's another if you Marcus Garvey, if you remember it properly, says if you start with confidence, you're already on the path to winning. Something like that.
That don't mean you're going.
Yes, but it's big. And if we put the right people in place, and we really commit ourselves in Trinidad, in wherever in the Caribbean, to developing players, we can do it. Yes, they have resources.
No, man, we're not. You see, no, we're going listen, all right. So what I'm saying is that it's two different. It's what I did not say that we can't develop players. Jamaica is sending players overseas.
Right.
So I am not saying that we can't develop players. But what I'm saying to you, even if Trinidad has the ideal development plan and Jamaica has the ideal development plan, if you're going to pick the top 20 footballers who can represent Jamaica at a particular group, it's going to be very hard to find any in Jamaica to be a part of that. Very difficult. because we would have to assume that as we are developing, the other places are not developing. Because if they are miles ahead of us and they are continually developing, how are we going to catch up to them?
I don't know that they are miles ahead of us. I don't believe that.
I think Spain is miles ahead of Jamaica, man. Miles ahead.
But the gap could be closed if we put and look, I don't want to make this about in a community that's surrounded by big club, the biggest youth club in the country, the biggest, some of the biggest clubs in terms of numbers, right? A small club have kids playing professional football. A kid just signed for Mainz in Germany that came out of our space. 2 kids in the MLS. It's how is the talent of the coaches you're able to put together, their ability to apply the to provide the information to the kids and create the right environment.
No, so let me tell you this,
and
you see in this under 20, what I'm saying, dude, I think maybe we're not understanding each other. So I believe, like in this Jamaica under 20 squad, like I have always spoken highly about Adrian Reed, Javin Williams, Christopher Ainsworth, believing that those players opportunity should be there for them to be in a space in Europe, which will help in their overall development. I am not here. I would never come on my platform and say that there are not good players in Jamaica. There are many. There are many. We saw that with the under 15 team that played in the recent tournament that probably went the furthest. They are. We saw Dujon Whisper Richards, for example, who left from Jamaica. So I am saying that they are players in Jamaica who are good. There are players in Jamaica who are developing. However, when I put Adrian Reed, or I put Javin Williams against some of the players who are playing in La Liga for Spain, in Spain, it's still a huge gap. But that don't mean the players can't play football and they are not good. But the gap between us and the players at the same age in other spaces is still far. And remember,
we can close that gap. Trust me.
Yeah.
I say to 10 and 11 and 12-year-old kids that your competition is not the kid across town or in the next state. Your competition is the kids your age in Spain, in England, in Brazil, in Argentina, right? So therefore, you have to work in a particular way. That's the environment you have to create.
All right. So here's up.
It's about our belief and our knowledge.
Yes,
and
but because that is not just dependent. All right. So here's the next point I'm making, because I want to finish this. You must work on that. You must believe that you can. But for your kind of gap to be closed, you must also assume that I will not be developing at the same pace that you are. I am saying to you, I am saying to you, if you are like Usain Bolt, let's use this. For me to catch up Usain Bolt, so we are running like a second slow. I'm running a second slow. And I said that, listen, if I do these 10 things, I can get to Usain Bolt's speed. That is assuming that Usain Bolt is not going to implement 10 things. So he can increase the gap to 2 seconds. So when I close the 1 second gap, he was training to increase it by 2. So I'm still back at a 1% gap between he and I, or 1 second gap. So me closing the gap is also dependent on the other person not growing at the same pace and rate as I am. That's all I'm saying.
So you're right, but so let me see if I can reframe this and you can give me a yes or no. So you're saying that that there's no way we would be able to, the region, players in the region would be able to catch up with players from outside the region, like in Europe and in the US or whatever. That's what you're saying.
If those players continue if those players are developing and programs are being implemented to develop them, I find it very difficult to believe that we will so surpass them in our development as they are developing. That's
when
all
last,
I'm
last team from the US, MLS Academy team or any other group came to Jamaica and played
from
against
MLS?
the academy? Huh?
When last an academy team came and played in Jamaica?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. You see, there's so many ways in which we can provide exposure, right? But we have to be committed to it and we have to work with it. If I have the same question in Trinidad, the response is probably the same, right? You have tourism there. People want to come to Jamaica, right? We say that Jamaica is a brand. And would it be beneficial to the development of football if you have teams coming and spending pre-seasons from America, from England? And we got to figure it out. That's what I'm saying to you.
But the solution, I'm saying that I am not here trying to argue the solutions that you're offering. I am saying that those solutions will help to develop the players. That obviously, the players, as coaching education improve, the players are going to get better. I'm not saying that the players are not going to get better. I am saying that. Here's what I am saying. If we believe that we should fix the problem of coaching education so we can have better players, I am saying to you, across the world, other people are thinking and doing the same.
Yes.
So if they are doing the same in terms of improving, and there is a big gap, all I'm saying is that for us to close the gap, we would have to be going at a faster rate than them, or they have stopped their program of development. Because if there's a big gap, you can't close it if the people keep moving at the same pace that you're tracking them. So if we are tracking them, if they are 10 steps ahead of us, and we are tracking them 5 steps, and they are going 5, it's going to be still 10 steps. So we either have to double up, and they are going at 5 to catch them, or they just stop.
What's wrong with doubling up? What's wrong with doubling up if we want to accomplish something?
All right.
I mean, at the end of the day, to be honest with you, you're speaking to someone that is taking youth teams from the US with players who probably would get lost in other system and go and play against premiership clubs and win and get results and big premiership clubs.
You know what I really believe one of the biggest solution is?
Uh-huh.
And this is going to involve parenting. If we can find work with some elite players, which is what I think some of the Caribbean countries are doing. If you can find 30 elite players, and by the time these players get to 16, so you take a module, say from, if you want them to play in Europe, you take the most comprehensive European model that is most adaptable to all of Europe. So say, for example, you think like Spain has the best module in terms of player development. You take that and you implement part of it with your own identity. When those players are 16, I think unless you're going to move them to higher elite spaces in Europe to continue their development, we are going to struggle. That's what I see. So at 16,
the movement of young players is important, and you're always going to move the very best. Brazil does it, Argentina does it, whatever the case may be, right? So you have to do that. But what you just said there, what I find is there's a lot of times people try to reinvent the wheel when there's a wheel out there that's already working, right?
Yeah,
you don't need to
Benfica is in Jamaica and doing training sessions for kids, and Charlton Athletic is at Mount Pleasant right now. So
well, you need to get them on.
Huh?
You need to get them on.
Okay.
And expose that. You need to get them on. But I enjoy the conversation. I know that I hope nobody is perturbed.
No, man. Good conversation. I know that a lot of people not going to agree with me still, you know. I always get beaten, you know. You understand? People them always want to beat me, but Yeah, but thanks for calling in, man.
All right.
Yeah, all right, have a great day. All right. That's
All right.
Andre from Trinidad, similar concerns right across the Caribbean, but I, people, hey, can't complain, Manning's man giving like 1 hour show turn, 2 hours and 25 minutes. Now, you understand me? And a 95 likes still, 95 likes. Right? 95 likes. We don't have 100 likes on the video. Jano Star. Yo, I swear, like, I swear, like sometimes, if some of the people that who in the comment section, you interact with them, so at times some of the comments that the people in the comment section have, you have to just sit down and you know what I realize, people? Like I told people, Jamaica number one passion is chattings. It look like it turned to typings. You understand me? But make it easy, man. Don't disrespect the youth them. Understand me? We can talk about the thing and be respectful. All right? We don't have to, like this idea that we have to, people are call people name. Like that's a Jamaican, like we always feel like we have to go to the bottom of the barrel. The bottom of the barrel. We want to be the harshest with our words, the most gruesome in our actions. We want to be grimy. That's why our country stay the way it stay, man. Sometimes we need to seek to understand before being understood. I always tell people, you see people, kids, we never disrespect people, kids, because me have kids. We not call out people's sons and daughters and be disrespectful to them. I'm going to tell you this. Whatever a man sow, that him going to reap. You see the power of life and death in the tongue. I think there are players in the team with talent, and if exposed to the best coaching, a lot of them will excel and do well. A lot of youths in Jamaica. A lot of you in the comment section, somebody took a chance on you. Your environment changed. That's why many of you in the States, many of us moved to the States. Because if we did still there in Jamaica, we wouldn't make the progress in life that we have made. Do you know a whole part of youths? Maybe them not have 20 subjects like you. Them not graduate with first class honors like you. A footballer for them thing. So your diploma from UE and UTech, their diploma is them skills on the football field. And the only difference between you and them is that at some point, you probably have a family overseas to file for you. Or you go over there and bam, you meet a lady so you can marry and stay and you're legal now. Or you go over upon the summer program, they may know the university send us over here, just stay over there and you get a little bus in a life and see your life change. In other words, because your environment changed, your talent and your gifting was tapped into, and you're a better person today. There are other youths that's what they want. So here's what. Be careful how you speak. Just when you come to the big man them, we already have them career, can't see them thing there. But you see the youth them, they look at 15 and 14 and 16-year-old youth them and girl them and the 17 and 18-year-old. They deal with the youth them, so. Not be disrespectful to them, man. That man can understand. But when a man don't play good, like me not think Ramian good, Blake not play good. And it is a national embarrassment. I am very embarrassment. Life is. Yeah, I'm gonna give you some example. There are people. There's one particular person on YouTube who says something, you know. Let me just say this. Said something about me in the earshot of somebody who respect me to the core. And up to now, the person don't know that the person was there hearing. And if they wanted to, you know, I'm telling you, other things could have transpired. So have respect for people, boss. Imagine all the people in the comment section went on got your real name, said some of the things we said about others, and your profile to the point where it got to your workplace. And to your family. And all I am saying is that the players must be criticized for the play on the field. They did not look good. They did not play good. Amateuristic in them performance. Disorganized. But you don't have to disrespect people to be honest with people. That is all I'm saying. You don't have to disrespect people to be honest with people. See, when I'm on YouTube, and maybe some people feel like me disrespect them still, because that is true. Maybe I have been. And listen, I always look in the mirror, you know, before me look through the window. Maybe I've been disrespectful to people. And if a man say, man, is a disrespect me, I believe somebody say, oh, no, man, sorry, I never really meant to be disrespectful. I never know. We need, and I keep pushing this with you people. Society must change, man. Be better, man. What you have to prove? What you have to prove to anybody? Why have a society we feel like we need to prove that with this and with that and with all of that? Like, we always have to prove like something to somebody else as Jamaicans. Every community has tried to prove that they are the worst community. You know, I don't know what I'm to a mind. I don't know what I'm to a mind. You ever hear some people like them say, boy, I true a man not even know, you know. It's when tell me I grew up. Boy, me I tell her say a butter and dumpling alone me used to eat boss come did poor. No? And the next man, you think you did poor? Let me tell you how me poor. Bro, my kitchen and my bedroom then at the same space. And I said, no man, no, poor yet, you know. Let me tell you how me did poor. Boss, I want gully me used to sleeping. And the next man said, you think that work? And all of us, we try to find the worst. We always try to find the worst. Worst. Eager. Just an Eager Republic. Jesus, man, so me sent up I'm school, yeah, sir. Yeah, there you go. Hey, big up MF, the greatest victim syndrome. Yeah, man. Yo, let me tell, like, even women do it. Girl, say boy, you know that I gave up certain things, you know, because when I was younger, I used to talk like 5 men at the same time. Some woman will say that, you know, hey, here and next woman come up now. You're thinking it bad. Let me tell you. And she gone, you know, how much she said she used to have 50. The next one come up, say 100. Like everybody had do, you know. Anyways, Nitro. All right, let me just say this and then we're gone. Under Chapter 2 of the Jamaica Constitution, persons born in Jamaica and persons born outside of Jamaica, parents have an automatic right to Jamaica. Hey, I don't think anybody is denying this. Like, this is where now we have missed the issue because we are questioning citizenship. The people are legit citizens. Nobody now question. Nobody now question. Nitro. Nobody now question them citizenship, you know. Let me tell you that, you know. You think people are saying that they are not citizens? I don't think the quota system is saying that these people we're not having anymore because the rest of them are not citizens of the country. So the citizenship is settled. We're not arguing. The argument cannot be the citizenship. What the argument must be is that they are not having citizenship rights, which is the right not to be selected, but the right to be given an opportunity to be selected. And that is what the debate must be about. The debate cannot be about citizenship because they all agree. I believe the GFF, the J3, the Jamaica Cricket Association believe that they are citizens. The issue is, will they be given the similar rights and opportunity to try out as the other citizens within the geographical borders? And that is what we need to advocate for. Because I'm not telling anybody who to select, you know. What I'm saying that is, if they want to come and try out, everybody must come and get the fair opportunity. Because, and I said it before, if everyone played before the coach and then the coach select him squad, me not have no problem, you know, because the coach look at them. But when they were not even looked at, I have an issue with that. That's what I think. I think give them an opportunity. Tell us that they were not good. Tell us that you had better players. I don't have an issue with that. Let the selection be on merit. And if you get it wrong, you get fired. But you as a coach have a right, you know, to select. There you go. But everybody deserves equal opportunity, boss. And we're not discussing equity. We're discussing equality. And because they are citizens, if they want to come and turn up and try out, they should be given that right to try out. And now you can say you're not picking them for whatever reason. Right? You may think like, listen, yo, me not like the one because him bleach. Me not like the one because him shift too much. They want to not play according. You can do that, you know. Because when the team gets selected, you know, and you look at everybody, you know, then we gonna say, you know, you failed. Because we believe that you had better options. And so then you're held accountable for your action. That is what I want, you know. I am not here telling you that you have to play players from England or players from America or players from Holland or players from Spain. I am saying to you, give every player that wants it an opportunity to be before you. And when that happens, you as a coach, because I'm not interfering in any coaching selection, you know. I have a friend who coach a team, and I have a son that was leading goal scorers last season. Man, take my son, put him in a one different position in a boss. He win the competition with him playing in the position. I felt like him say my son was one of the better players because he played the position. I felt like him never really maximized the talent of my son, but him are the coach. But if the team did lose and never win the competition, then with a cost the coach. I saw me see it, you know. And if next season, him say him now pick my son, if fine you now pick my son, for whatever reason. But if when you don't pick him, you know, the team perform worse than last season, then the coach, me I go talk to. Me not call unseen name Eagle Republic. You want me getting a problem? Me not call unseen name. Me not call unseen name, man. Me not do that. You mad? I'm fi call unseen name pan them thing. Me only call unseen name. I would never call unseen name pan them thing. All right. Hey, people. You see me just, me whole pesa now, you know, man. Pesa, you see how me whole right here, so now pesa. I hear me whole right here, so now pesa. Pesa. Yeah. Pesa. Pesa. You see how you feel when a man from town get picked to a team? When you believe a man a country better? I saw the people them feel when a man from Jamaica get picked over a man from overseas, Pesa. You can understand that now, my boss. And not get upset and quarrel. You see how you feel when you know that a youth up a Chura, say him from or Chura, one them place better than a youth in the team. And you know that Pesa, and them don't get picked, and you say to yourself, yo, I true them when they come from town, why them get picked? I see when so the people them feel Pesa. When them see a youth from Jamaica in a team and them know so the youth in England better. Them vex Pesa just like you. So while you want people to understand you, you have to understand them to Pesa. See them hold it right there, so Pesa. Hold it right there. So where you have to defend yourself no Pesa? Talk, where you have to defend yourself from a gun? Where you have to defend yourself, Pesa? Right there, so. Hey, I'm Pesa, this thing we are. Anyways, people, Pesa, where's when the people matter? Like, hey, anyways, somebody tell the people them can say some things. Oh, jeez. Sorry, the people. Unplug the camera. Somebody tell the people them can say some things, you know. When I make no sense, you know. People them can say some things. Hold on there. Green screen, hold on there. Hold on there. Fix up the camera. Right. Somebody tell the people them can say some things when I make no sense, you know, boss. Me I tell you, you know. A lot of times them say things when I make no sense, man. A lot of times. All right? I'll give you a good one. People. I'll give you a good one. All right? This Pesa, you see this whole thing about when Omari Hutchinson was here, man, Kaim Dixon was nowhere near to the national team, boss. Nowhere near to the national team. Come on, man. Why when a youth say him want time off? Him time up now in July. So look and see. September. Look, the man same it's the same thing, you know. The people them come out and say they needed time. Just like Leon Bailey. And we begin, that is the issue. We come out with all kind of things. That's how there's a Jamaica number one passion is chattings. Them chat with them no know. And when you ask them to prove it, them tell be a lie. That's why Jamaicans so lie. Can they say whole heap of things? When them have no proof and when they begin to question them tell be a lie. Chattings are we number one passion, boss. I wonder when I go so when him see Omari in September. Eh? You'll see them, man. Be a chatting. Them have no proof. Them just chat. And here's what they want. They want attention. So, Pesa. So, that you know, answer the one day. Let me give you a next one now, Pesa. Here's your thing now, Pesa. Obama, when him there at Jamaica, this thing came up and him said it. Go back and listen to Upper Huey. Then we were asking him about all of the criticisms that people have to say about him. And he said, anytime he answers to one of these people, is when like the criticism has value. It's because he's actually giving them a bigger platform as the president. So the point is special. You know why them people here keep talking? Because people like you are listening to them. You see the people them will have things to say that are not important. Them just doing it to get attention. So stop follow up the people then, brother. And go, what the artist name him them say mash up what the thing them man to go be a name? Sting. A Sting are going on, all right? He must mash up Sting them say. Down a man to go be one big stage show going down there. One of them summer stage show. I think I Sting it name. I want them thing. Anyways, him do a song. What name? Owner Lane. Brother, don't talk about them. Don't listen to them. Don't pay attention to them and stay in your own lane. And the more people do that to them, yeah, sorry, name Sumfest. Sumfest. Oh, yeah, Sumfest, not Sting, sorry. yeah. Right? Yeah, Sumfest, not Sting. Sorry about that, wrong name. Yeah. Sumfest, all right? Yeah. So that is what you do. You're in your own lane. Don't give people your platform. Don't give people your platform. Stay in your own lane. Because in the end, truth always wins out. You understand? So, hey, let me more, here's a trick question for today. CC Bright. CC go a good school. CC, can a man forge him own signature? Can a man forge him own signature? CC, how do you forge your own signature? Trick question. Anybody who have that, anybody who can give me the theory of forging your own signature, so I have a Brentford shirt to give away. Jason or Drew Fortis. Well, we have a Brentford shirt to give away. Now come up with a question for the next show and we're going to give away a Brentford shirt. Right? A Brentford shirt. Yeah, no, somebody say a man say me forge my own signature. So we are trying to figure out. We need an explanation of how that works. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's what you mean. If you're right-handed and you sign it to the left hand. Okay, that's what you mean. Yeah, that is a good one. So if you're right-handed and you're not ambidextrous, that's what they call the term, and then you try to the left hand, maybe the bank would say you forge your own signature. The bank would say that is not your signature. That's what the bank would say. You have to re-sign it. Oh. No, but even if you go to the bank, right, and sign something, what the bank will say to you, they're not saying that you forge your signature. They're going to ask you to sign it again. Yeah, that is what. Yeah, understand me? Hey, that's how when you go to the bank. But big up on yourself, people. We're going to run. Jason, go now when at the next show. Talk to the people them. Because we know you normally analyze and break down the game. We don't know where you're going to break down about 9. Every 10 minutes, on average, every 10 minutes there's a goal, or you break that down. In Guna. Guna, how you going to break down that one? Tell me. Because we know you're going for sofa score AI and thing. When is the next show? Duckland, when is the next show? Who again? Cranky pivoting people. When you see Cranky again, Yo, different kind of thing, Cranky gone pon. Coach Minzy, style on your favor. Have the city lock. Tell them Coach Minzy come out with a Coach Minzy, the best around here. Look out, people. Possession. You're talking about ball possession. When we deal with it, we not deal with it with a Russian. We deal with ball possession and we deal with that of passion. We take the ball, we pass the ball, we knock it down, we pile it. We move the ball with Salah, and you know that we have to score it. We pass. Hey, yo! Cranky have a rhythm. When him drop it, you know, so me have to go tap it. Because of my lyrics, them fully and them clap it. Yo! All right. Yeah, you can't really fake your own signature. You can't forge your own signature. Because if you sign something, you go to the bank. They're saying that Mr. Peso, that's not your signature. Can you please sign it again? It doesn't look like your signature. And then you sign it again. Somebody can forge your own signature. And if they do, you can really bring a legal case against them for forging your own signature. Doklan, why you wait so long to do your song? Is it that you don't believe in ball possession? You better deal with it, or you will go wrong. Jason Lewis and so too Cranky, man. We are talking about ball, we are talking about ball possession. We pass the ball from the right hand to the left hand. From the front to the back, you know, say, I want top one. No long pass that we know that pan. What we say? 5 meter pass. When we do it well fast. Knock it on the left and we knock it on the right. Hey! Easy. We ping all our pass cause none of them no slide. We chip over the ball and we chip it with some flight. And make them, oh, yo, we're full of lyrics. Yo, we're full of we're full of lyrics. We're full of lyrics. Jason Guna. You know, say me and Jason Guna. You see, anytime you have guests over there, we want to be up on the platform. And me and you go up I build upon the spot, Black Clash, right there, so. Because me say you're a rapper. But somebody say you're a scrapper. Anyways, people, you know, see, I run down the cars, you know, don't know how to do a show today and thing. Yeah. And you won't be seeing or hearing from Mr. Speed. I try to reach out to him, and he said that he's taking 1 year starting today. You will not see him nowhere near social media or media for 1 year. He's gone. Same gone Black. He said no channel, no platform. He will be on for the next year. Yeah. So I don't know. 1 year. Once until July. Them time at 2025. Will not be hearing from him, boss, or seeing him. So I don't know. How we gonna get answers? Then me. Man, say nothing upon I am sure sports him go there. I don't know. Deep state. Yeah. All right, but bless up. Remember, hit the like button before you go. Share and continue to subscribe to I Am Sure Sports. I am management. This has been I Am Sure Sports, and as usual, whenever it gets to this point of the show, you know how it goes. Hey, Henry, big up yourself. Sure improvement. Haven't seen you for a while. Hope everything is doing well. You understand me? Yeah, going well. Bless up yourself. Yep. Yeah, man. Big up on yourself. Everyone in the comment section, all those who call in, thank you for your time. I am management. This has been I Am Sure Sports, and as usual, when it gets to this point of the show, we say we are over, and we are OUT out of here.